Okay, I got 5:30, March 8th, 2022. This is the West Fargo Planning and Zoning meeting. Second order of business is the approval of the minutes from February 8th, 2022.
Move to approve.
Been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from last month as published. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Item 3, this is a public hearing, A22-8, DMF Health Innovations Park First Edition, a replat of 450 23rd Avenue East, Lot 1, Block 1 of the North Pond at Preserve 14th Edition, City of West Fargo, North Dakota, Dakota Medical Foundation.
I'll stop working. Oh. All right, thank you. This application was received in order to create new lots for development and dedicate right-of-way west of Costco along the north side of 23rd Avenue East. The preliminary plat consists of 3 lots with 70 feet of right-of-way along Rusted Lane East. The city subdivision ordinance requires a minimum of 80 feet of right-of-way for non-residential, commercial/industrial local streets. However, the Planning Commission may grant a subdivision variance to waive this requirement in accordance with the city subdivision ordinance. Currently along Rusted Lane East, 80 feet of right-of-way is provided to the south, which was part of North Pond at the Preserve First Edition when Costco was developed. When North Pond at the Preserve 10th was platted for Duluth Trading Company, 60 feet of right-of-way was platted to the east. Recently, a meeting was held with engineering and the applicant to discuss access as well as roadway widths and right-of-way needs. The consensus was reached regarding decreasing the roadway and right-of-way by 10 feet, provided no on-street parking was allowed. Discussion regarding access included a condition of negative access easements for the properties along 23rd Avenue East on the plat. The Interstate Corridor Overlay District building and site requirements would remain in place on the property, meaning any development and subsequent building permits should be subject to site and building plan review and approval by the Planning and Zoning Commission and City Commissions at a later date. A response to the variance criteria from the applicant is included in the agenda packet. Hearing notice was published in the official newspaper, and information was sent to the applicable agencies and departments. Comments were received from Cass County Electric indicating preference of a 10-foot utility easement platted around the outside of each lot. Comments were received from engineering regarding right-of-way and access, and those were addressed by the applicant. It is recommended that the city approve the proposed replat and subdivision variance application on the basis it is consistent with city plans and ordinances, with recommended conditions of approval as follows. A signed subdivision improvement agreement is received, and 2 subdivision variance for reduction of right-of-way from 80 feet to 70 feet and roadway width reduced from 40 to 30 feet, conditioned on no on-street parking. This is a public hearing, and the applicant and a representative of the applicant are available to answer any questions, as am I.
Thank you. So it is a public hearing, so I'll open that portion of the discussion up. Anybody in the public wish to comment? Seeing none, close that second. Commissioners. So I do actually have one question. When in the notes, it's talking about 60 feet opening was allowed when they put in the, what is that, the Duluth Trading Store?
Right in
Is that
front.
what it is there?
Right in front of Rusted Lane. There was.
Why did we say 60 when it normally requires 80? Did we already anticipate having no on-street parking?
We normally don't normally allow on-street parking in commercial areas unless there's a request. I think when they looked at this property, if a determination was made that they needed additional right-of-way, that they could take it during the platting of this property, a determination would need to be made by the engineer, and it appears there isn't an issue. There is variance criteria that the applicant has addressed and that we've looked at as well. This area is to serve the local streets, so it isn't a collector.
Mm-hmm.
So to
Answers
It's
my-
up to interpretation by you as the commission.
Just so I understand this, the road from the south is 80 feet,
Correct.
and then it next down to 60, and then we're gonna go to 70 for the to-be-built portion?
So Rusted Lane in front of Duluth Trading Company is currently 60, but they will add an additional 70. So we'll have 80 feet of right-of-way existing for this area here.
Right.
This will have 70 feet of right-of-way, and it'll loop around for 70 feet of right-of-way, but the roadway width will be 30 feet. Do you know what the current roadway width is?
40 feet.
40 feet right here?
Correct.
Okay.
It does neck down in front of the trade.
The road.
The road itself.
Road does. But you'll keep that same road width all the way around? Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions, commissioners? Discussion?
I have one question. Who might be impacted by no on-street parking?
The businesses, but normally we don't allow
Right.
parking. If you are in West Fargo and you go into the residential, or the commercial areas, most of the commercial areas, we don't allow on-street parking. I think some of the unique areas are Cheyenne Street. Otherwise, it's,
So there's no anticipated need for overflow parking at some point or anything like that? It's not going to impact?
no, and we will have that written
So-
into the subdivision improvement agreement that there will be no on-street parking. If you feel that the variance should be approved.
I have a question. What's the hardship? Did they identify what the hardship to them would be in your discussions?
Number 2.
Yeah, we did have something in there. I don't remember exactly what it was now. Sooner than I do. So part of the hardship would be expanding it in front of Duluth Trading Company. Apologize. Scott Cobinger with KLJ. So part of the hardship would be expanding it in front of Duluth Trading Company. That's already all built. It's landscaped and, everything is there. So to expand the road through that area would be removing that, or at least a portion of it to expand it out beyond that. And then narrowing and then widening back out again would also make it really awkward for the public to travel down that roadway.
Thank you. Any other questions? Discussion points? I'll take a motion if not.
I'll make that motion
Two,
to go forward with this with the conditions as stated.
I'll second that.
Trying to find it here quick, but
it has been moved and seconded to approve the application as submitted with the 2 conditions noted by staff. Are there any other discussion points or required before vote? All those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed, same sign. Motion passed. Okay, item number 4, discussion on April, thank you, gentlemen. Discussion on April meeting date due to Board of Equalization's scheduling conflict. So either on the Monday or the Wednesday is being proposed?
So, the
What's the
Board of
Board of
Equalization,
Equalization?
they're having their annual meeting on April 12th, which is our normal meeting date. Excuse me. And so we'll be needing to find a different date and time. We've reserved April 11th or April 13th, should those options work for you. Hoping to choose tonight, otherwise we can certainly, coordinate via email.
Let's do a show of hands. Who's in favor of Monday?
Doesn't matter.
1, 2, 3. Doesn't matter either way. Anybody? So Is it okay? Let's do Monday then. It looks like we have a majority saying Monday.
Okay, so we'll do 5:30, same time on Monday.
I think John is the one that always has the conflict, but you'll send your noble substitute. Forgot her name. All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Are there any other non-agenda items? And, I'm waiting.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
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 Pass. We are adjourned. Record time, 38. 39. So 10 minutes. I'm surprised, though, that there's not a lot of stuff coming up with springtime, you know?
A little more for you, actually.
Are you going to load us up on Monday, the 11th? Is that what you're saying, Aaron?
We'll see what comes in.